It's been a while since I've seen a good vampire flick. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way. Yeah. I checked out Day Shift on Netflix. It was directed by J.J. Perry and stars Jamie Foxx as a vampire hunter. This was a funny, action-packed movie that featured some powerful, bloodthirsty vamps. It was revealed by Audrey San Fernando, the oldest and strongest vamp, causing havoc in this flick that, at one point in time, humans worshipped vampires as gods and built temples of blood and bone to honor them. But once people snapped out of it and realized the true evil nature of vampires, which is they roam the world at night, victimizing people by using their sharp fangs to feed, and also after a vampire feeds, their victim dies but later resurrects as a weaker vampire that also needs to feed off of human blood to survive. This made them public enemy numero uno. The shady store owner Bud sold fangs to said that the existence of vampires was a mistake caused by a genetic mutation. There are many myths surrounding the origin of vampires, but they got poppin' when Bram Stoker created Count Dracula in his legendary novel, The Legend of Count Dracula. It's believed he based Dracula off of a cruel ruler from Transylvania, Romania, named Vlad Dracul, aka Vlad the Impaler, who ruled off and on in Romania from 1456 to 1462. He was given the alias because his favorite way to body his enemies was to impale them with a wooden stake. According to legend, he was so savage that he would feast in front of his dying ops while dipping his bread in their blood for extra kick. Many people believe these myths inspired Stoker to create Count Dracula, who guzzled his unsuspecting victim's blood and could be killed with a wooden stake to the heart. But many people believe vampires are a myth created in the Middle Ages out of fear for diseases like rabies. Vampires exist in Hollywood though, and in this film, there were 5 bloodthirsty types. They were Southern, Eastern, Spider, Uber, and Juvenile vamps. Here's what we know about them so far. Southern vamps are from South America, while Eastern vamps are from Eastern Europe and Asia. Southern and Eastern vamps are the strongest and usually move around solo, but when they squad up, there's a hierarchy among them that goes by age. Vampires can't have children, but they can turn people into vamps by taking a bite out of them. When a person is bitten, they turn into a spider, uber, or juvenile vamp. Spider vamps do live together, but never with Eastern or Southern vamps because those vampires are a lot stronger than them, so they can bully them by taking their food. Uber vamps usually live a solo lifestyle, and some of them have an allegiance to the vamp that bit them. The weakest vamps are juvies, aka zombie vamps. which are formed when a young vampire turns someone else into a vampire by biting them. Since young vampires aren't at full strength, neither are juvies, so they can't regenerate and look more dead than alive. Also, their bodies aren't able to process human blood, so they feed off of small animals. But as they age, their teeth ripen and they gain more of their vamp abilities. Vampires in this movie are nearly immortal and can live for thousands of years. They cast no shadows, can't be seen in mirrors, and possess superhuman speed, strength, and can regenerate. During fights, they can break bones and keep throwing hands, as well as dislocate joints to get the upper hand or for surprise attacks. Since vampires are literally the walking dead, living organisms like plants die within their evil presence. Sunlight is a vamp's biggest weakness, so they developed sunscreen to allow them to walk during the day for a max of 20 minutes. But things can still get critical for them if they're attacked with silver tip bullets, other sharp silver objects like swords, garlic, fire, holy objects like water and crosses, and of course a wooden stake to their hearts can send them to the afterlife. Vampires usually seduce their prey before feeding, and since they're predators, they can't live without their fangs because they need them to feed. Their fangs don't regenerate, and as a vamp ages, it becomes more powerful and its fangs more valuable. Ingesting vamp blood turns you into one, and decapitation can put a vampire on ice. But uber vamps can survive a beheading and over time reattach their heads. Drinking blood speeds up their regenerative abilities. And when vampires are killed, they release a gas. That scent spreads all over their killer, so other vampires can sniff them out and body them. Also, once a vampire picks up a person's scent, you might as well start the first 48 countdown clock, cause they will be hunted down. We ain't seen many of their supernatural abilities other than the ability to hide their age. But these evil, mythical creatures are known to be able to shapeshift into bats, hypnotize their victims, and powerful enough vamps can turn invisible. Their powers and abilities increase as they age and slurp human blood. Familiars are people that are recruited to work for vamps. They do tasks for vamps during the day and follow orders from behind the scenes. The more powerful the vamp, the more power and authority their familiars have in society. Hopefully in the sequel, Bud goes after El Jefe, the legendary 700-year-old European vampire, because if he really has that much clout to be at the top of the LA drug trade, his familiars must be celebrities and local politicians and even law enforcement. So that would be dope to see. They'll probably release more details on the different vamp types if this joint gets a sequel, and it definitely deserves one. The choreography and special effects during the close combat scenes were phenomenal. Also, those two vampire hunting brothers were an amazing duo to watch. This movie had a lot of entertaining moments, and the fact Snoop Dogg had a role in it took it to the next level for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and run Day Shift 4 mics. Let me know what y'all thought about the film in the comments below. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure that you lock in with me by hitting that like and subscribe button. I have movie related content dropping every week, so lock in by hitting that like and subscribe button, and I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next video. Alright, holla at me. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way